And now, Focus on the Pines with your host, Jack Barnes.
Hi, I'm Jack Barnes, and welcome to Focus on the Pines, where we bring you news, views, and interesting people from in and around Ocean Pines. Today is a very special day, really a special evening. We're at the Carousel Hotel in Ocean City. We're with a delegation of Mongolian women, 9 women that have come from Mongolia. Now, if you're like me, you're probably saying, where the heck is Mongolia? Well, if you know where Vietnam is, and you go north, the next country is China, and then above China is the other big country, Russia, and sandwiched in between is Mongolia, a small country of less than 3 million people. Now, when I first thought of Mongolia, I thought of Genghis Khan, nomads, horses, yaks, and lots of tents. But I can tell you the women that are here today are very smart people. You may be interested to know that in the days of Genghis Khan, the height of the empire, Mongolia stretched from Korea to Hungary. It was the largest empire ever in the world. That's pretty impressive, the largest empire ever in the world. Mongolia's had a tough history. It was ruled by China at one point. They got helped out by the Russian Bolsheviks, and they recaptured their capital. Tough times in the 80s. Because of the Stalinist, or in the 30s, because of Stalin and the Stalinists, they actually had 27,000 people that were executed. That was 3% of the population. In the 90s, even though this was a communist country, there was a lot of hunger strikes and demonstrations, and it resulted in having the first allowable multi-party system in Mongolia. I think in 1996, if I have my notes correct, we had the Mongolian Democratic Coalition elected for the first time. And in the 2004 election, there's a power-sharing agreement between the Communist and the Democratic Mongolian Party. The women here today have spent 1 week in Washington, D.C. They're 4 or 5 days down here on the Eastern Shore, and they'll go back to Washington, D.C. They're learning about campaigns, and they want to go back to Mongolia so they can move democracy forward in that country. They're here under the auspices of the Republican women, with the help, Republican National Women, and also with the help of the Worcester County women. Now we have all 9 here. The leader of the group, and I'm not going to do their whole names, but I think I'll start off with the first name, and then Bogdi on my left. She is the leader. Would you give us your full name, Bogdi, and tell us a little bit about why you came here and why did you choose America?
First of all, I would like to say our great thanks to giving us opportunity to interview. So my full name is Bat Tsitsek. It's in English is a strong flower. So why we are here? It's good question actually. So why we choose America? There are more than 165 countries in the world. So why we choose America? Because we think about the country of freedom. America is a country of friends. So that's why we are here, and also we had opportunity to meet first Ellen Selbray, who was the ambassador from United States America to United Nations on Women's Issue. So that's the way we started to think about America, and that's the way we think about America has 200 years freedom history, democracy history. So there is supposed to be many things we have to learn. So that's why we are here. And then why we are here, the second reason is we would like to learn on campaign technology. So how could we organize honor and honest and also open election within Mongolia in local level and national level, and that's why we came here to learn more about that.
Well, we're certainly glad you did. And tell us, in Mongolia, Bogdi, what do you do? Do you have a job?
Yes, I am Vice President of Democratic Women's Union, and also my full-time work is I am advisor to President of Employers Federation of Mongolia. So and I am founder of Zoma English Language College.
That's quite impressive. Now, would you introduce me to your colleague on my right?
Yeah, Yuna is actually the one of the top English speaker within our group, and she can introduce yourselves. But I could say on the behalf of all our team, she is a very, very smart young girl.
Well, I happen to know that Yuna, thank you, is Stanford and Yale educated. Did I get that right, Yuna?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, particularly for the small college boy right here. Tell us your thoughts on being able to come to America and what you hope to take back to Mongolia from your trip here.
From this particular trip, we are aiming to learn about election technology and how women campaign and how do they raise funds for their campaign. And we don't know much about this in Mongolia because political campaigning is still new and we still are learning. Our democracy is still young, so we are learning a lot here. There are lots of things to learn. Especially, I've been working in Mongolian Parliament. I've been working for Prime Minister as an advisor and assistant. But I've been reading about parliamentary democracy and government at higher level. How do they make policies? But for me, particularly, it's now more interesting to learn about how local democracy works and how local grassroots works for democracy. Because we don't have that local democracy working very well in Mongolia yet, because we've been changing our laws in parliament, we've been changing our laws at very higher level like taxation, etc., in national level, but we are just now working and deepening our democracy into local level. Maybe it is sounding very opposite from your American democracy, but that's how Mongolian democracy is evolving. So we are now very interested in learning townships and how American real grassroots democracy works.
Now, when you go back to Mongolia, you've only been here about 3 weeks, or will have been here 3 weeks. What do you see as your biggest challenges when you arrive back home?
Maybe time, because we will have very little time to prepare to our 2008 election. We are even not counting money as our biggest challenge anymore because we are very used to it since 1990. If we thought that money is our big issue, we wouldn't do our democracy in our own way. Still, we are thinking that we have to prepare a lot of women for our next campaign. And we are thinking and planning our times ahead, and time is going to be our big issue.
Time is the biggest issue. Now, you've been in this country before. A lot of your compatriots have not. This is their first trip. Before you came over here, you must have got together with them and said, now, here's some of the things you got to pay attention to in America. What'd you tell them?
I didn't have a chance to tell them anything like that. We even didn't sit together what to see, etc., because I was just graduating from Yale World Fellows Program, and I joined them later. 1 day later.
So they're going to come to you and say, boy, well, you didn't tell us about this.
They are learning very quickly.
I bet they are.
Yeah, they are very quick grasping in everything. And for example, Mogi.
Maybe we can start and you can introduce it and give us, maybe either she can give us her full name or you can, however you want to do that.
Just one sentence about Mogi. Mogi doesn't know English, but she knows everything in Alexandria, in all the Alexandria already, and I'm asking her where to find what, because she already explored so quickly. So, Mukhtsitsik, introduce yourself.
Миний нэр Мөнх Цэцэг. Моги гэж дууддаг.
My name is Mukhtsitsik. You can call me Mogi.
And would you ask Mogi to say, it'd be interesting for our viewers, I think, to maybe give us a little, maybe you can chat with her just for a few seconds to see what Mongolian sounds like.
Намайг ингэнэ чамтай монголоор нэг хэсэг юм яриад тааж тэгээ монгол хэл ямар сонсогддгийг
За тэгээ. Оюуна сайн явж байна уу?
She's asking, how are you doing, Оюуна?
Now, does Mogi have family back in Mongolia?
Чамаа гэр бүлтэй юу гэж байна? Гэр бүл чинь. She has a family, 2 children.
Tell her to look at the camera and to wave and say hello to her children.
Камер руу гараад аллаад хүүхдүүдээ сайн байна уу гэж хэлээдэгтэй гинэ.
За. Миний хүүхдүүд сайн байцгааж байна уу?
Very good. Who is next to Mogi? You look like you're ready to go out and have a nightclub act. Kimchi?
Not so. Yeah.
Is that close with that?
You can call me Kimchi because you first see the name like Kimchi.
Yes.
It's Chimge. My name is Chimge.
And what do you do in Mongolia?
I am CEO of pharmaceutical company and board member of Democratic Women Organization too.
Now you heard that. She's the CEO of a pharmaceutical company. So we're forgetting about the yaks and the tents for a while. Got some pretty heavy-duty jobs over in Mongolia. That's an impressive job.
What pharmaceutical?
Being the chief operating officer. Are you tough on your employees?
Yes.
How tough are you?
Tough? What it means tough?
That means, do you really make them work hard, and how do you get them to work hard?
In my company, also in Mongolia, especially in health organizations, many women are working. Our employers, 80% of our employers, women in this organization. And when I am a founder of my company, and for 16 years, we work together with all these women. And why I am now in politics? It means women, they so hard are working, and someone, especially women, have words for them to be in the top, to say their words.
And from what I've read, Mongolia is indeed a women's society, very much like the town of Ocean City. Ocean City, because the men always fished in the old days, the women had boarding houses, and it was the women that built up most of these big motels and hotels in Ocean City. So you have something in common with Ocean City, being a more of a matriarchal, that means motherly type society in Mongolia. Congratulations. Now, would you like to introduce who is here on your right?
Yeah, she is Adna, and she speaks very good English. That's
Adna, you speak good English?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Now, what do you do in Mongolia?
I run 3 organizations, 3 non-governmental organizations, working with women groups, working with orphan and street children, and working with information dissemination for nomads.
As we say in this country, you have an awful lot on your plate. That means that's a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work. Yeah.
When you go back home, you're going to have a lot to catch up on. Well, we certainly wish you well when you do go back home.
Thank you.
Who is on your right?
My best friend.
She seems like the real party girl, I noticed.
No. That's right.
Is it Enki?
That is an English piece in translation, but I joined the Democratic Party 17 years ago. Since in Mongolia, Democratic Party movement started, I was 34 years old that time. And I'm very happy that in past 16 years we did a lot of things. We changed a lot for Mongolia. But now is 2008 election is for us very important, not only for women. It's for Democratic Party of Mongolia. It's very important. We hope that we will win. We can bring for Mongolia changes, and we are very happy that your heart of American women, friends, sisters, that they are supporting us. This is for us bringing many bright ideas, things need to do, and very thankful all of you.
Well, we're thankful that you came over here, and we wish you the best when you go back, and we'll be looking to see what happens in Mongolia. Who, Enki, is on your right?
My right is Ono. She is the one of the young Mongol women leaders. She is chair Ulaanbaatar Capital City Democratic Women's Union.
And do you speak English?
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. So I want thank you for having with us. Opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Ayunste, call Honor. I am head of Capital City Democratic Women's Union and director of training division. So thank you very much.
And you're quite young to hold that position. That's a lot of responsibility to have.
Yeah, I have big responsibility.
Well, thank you, and we wish you well as well. Now, let's see. Did we miss anybody? Oh, we got two. And Negi?
My name is No Name.
My name is...
No Name.
And ask her what she does.
I'm a director of telecommunications office of Bagnur district, which is one of districts of capital city.
Ask her, are any of the women married?
We are all married.
I have 2
children, she says.
2 children?
Okay.
Ask her what their names are.
Хүүхдүүдийнхээ нэрийг хэлээч гинэ.
Мөнгө тулга чин түшиг гэж 2 хүүтэй хоёлоо хөө.
Wave to them.
2 sons. Хүүхдүүд рүүгээ ингэ даал гинэ.
Сайн уу.
Thank you. Who do we have now? Do we have someone that also speaks English? The last person? You can speak English, and it's Bolor. And what's your last name, Bolor?
Bolorma. Everybody, good evening. And my name is Bolorma. My job is senior officer, state and community security and foreign policy in the Mongolian parliament.
That sounds like a pretty heavy-duty job. Is it a hard one? You think is it difficult?
My job is very difficult. Yeah.
Do you have family as well in Mongolia?
Yes.
You want to say hello to them? You're going to be able to see this in Mongolia, you know.
My children.
Wait, what are your children's names?
My son is named Batsakhan. My daughter is named Amina.
How old are they? Age? Like 5?
My daughter is... My daughter is 10 years. My son is 20 years old.
Well, you don't look like you'd have a 20-year-old son. That's amazing. Well, let's see. Where's Bogdi? Come on over here, Bogdi. Right. She won't let you. You want to bring her in? Okay, drag her in. I think she's a real politician, but what we have here are 9 Mongolian women and a friend, and we would really like to wish. Hey, don't go away. Don't go away. Where did she go? Please come back. No one leaves. Focus on the pines. What we're going to do, we're going to say goodbye to everyone, but first we want to wish you well from our end of the city, from our end of Worcester County, and I'm sure that the Republican National Women, the local Republican women, wish you well. We'll stay in contact. We'll be looking forward to what happens in these elections that will be coming up. And I can tell you one thing I've learned, that while you've come here to learn a lot, I think we've learned just as much from all of you. And since you will be able to see this back in Mongolia, let's give a big wave to everybody out there. Wave goodbye. Goodbye. This is Jack Barnes from Focus on the Pines.